Hi folks, Greg McLean, Member of Parliament for Calgary Centre, addressing you today from the House of Commons, where tomorrow Chrystia Freeland, the Minister of Finance, is going to deliver Canada's next budget. This is important because up till now we've been running steady deficits since this government's been in power. We have to recognize we are at full employment, supposedly, in Canada at this point in time, yet we still have an approximately $36 billion deficit this year. This can't continue. We've got to get to a point where we stop taking from future generations taxes to pay today's generation's bills. We're also responding to what's called the Inflation Reduction Act in the United States. The Minister of Finance has talked a lot about that. The thing about the Inflation Reduction Act in the United States is they're the big elephant in the room, and they're throwing a lot of money at the wall on a lot of measures here, much of which is going to be money that's not well spent. We need to make sure, in my opinion, that we respond in a targeted way towards what's being spent in the United States. And that means not throwing money at the wall like they seem to be doing in that jurisdiction. We need to look at where we add value in Canada, where our strengths are. And you recall that years ago, 2 years ago in fact, I presented a bill on carbon capture, utilization and sequestration here in Canada. Nothing has really moved on it since. The government has continued to dither, if you will, but nothing has landed. We need to get there because a lot of carbon continues to mount in our atmosphere. Here we are, there's a lot to keep our eyes on, but I'm going to make sure I report to you tomorrow and see where this is and see how we respond to this going forward here. No matter what, we're going to have to look at things. There is no magic button here. There's no easy button ever in these budgets. If you're going to spend money in one way, it's going to cost you somewhere else. You'll recall that we were early on talking about the government's overspending would lead to inflation. Well, that's exactly what it's led to. We're trying to get inflation under control, but the whipsaws that have happened in our economy, the rising cost of food, the rising cost of housing that has since bounced back down, causes huge dislocations in society. These are consequences the government has to face and make sure we design a better economy going forward. Thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you after the budget.